Oh, I'm so glad we got crowds here. By the way, the crowd at the gallery out there in Rochester, New York,
yeah,
where the PGA Championship
was incredible.
He's
won 3 majors in that state.
Right. Spit on that. I want you to explain Michael Block, how great that story was, the hole in one on hole 15. It was awesome. We'll get to Robin and Austin in just a second. Hang tight. I want to take your calls here. I guess we'll push back the Niner schedule here because I see some people want to talk Warriors. But I want you to explain the PGA Championship, Shasky. Koepka winning, coming through with his 3rd PGA. Yeah, let's do it right now, real quick. So, spitball Michael Block.
Like, I watched this Netflix doc, and it was basically Drive to Survive was like the Formula One Netflix show that everybody went crazy over, and it kind of gave you a little snap into the lives of these guys, as whatever you want to call reality television these days. But I thought it was really cool. And then the golf did the same thing. Now, Brooks Koepka was one of the guys that they, did a whole segment on, a whole episode. And my takeaway was different than everyone else's. Everyone else was like, oh, he's super emo and weird. And mine was like, no, Brooks Koepka's been injured for 2 straight years, and he really cares about winning. And it, really tore him up. I'm not saying he's Kobe, but I saw similar determination and miserableness from not winning that I saw from Kobe on the Dream Team, Redeem Team doc. I don't know if you watched it or not, people out there. But, basically, Brooks was saying, all these other tournaments mean nothing. All I care about is winning championships. Now, he had 4 at the time. He won back-to-back PGA and back-to-back U.S. Open majors. He wins again right now, and he went to Live. He took all the money to go to Live, and he's really been a shell of himself since a couple of years ago because of the injuries. And a lot of people said, "Oh, he took the money from Live. He's going to mail it in the rest of his career." Well, he had a lead at the Masters.
At the Masters, he faded.
He did fade.
Yeah, but he was there. He was there in the hunt. No doubt.
He admitted, "I choked," and he said it they play 54 holes as opposed to 72 holes in Live. And I'm getting real nuanced here, but imagine playing 3 quarters instead of a 4-quarter game. That's the difference. And so he ends up winning his 5th major, tying Phil Mickelson, tying Rory McIlroy.
Wow, Phil only has 5 majors?
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah. And
I thought Phil had more.
No. And you're talking about a top 25 career of all time now for Brooks Koepka.
He's up there.
He's one of the big game hunters of his era. He's a very Kawhi Leonard-like in terms of his approach. All he cares about is the playoffs. So, that being said, that's the number one thing. Boom. Live guy, wins it all. Yeah. Outstanding.
And Jim Nantz, was he neutral on that?
I thought it was pretty neutral.
Because he was shady during the Masters. Jim Nantz is a nice guy, but he was throwing shade at the Live guys.
PGA Tour loyalist.
No doubt.
Now, PGA Tour is one entity. PGA Championship is not affiliated with the PGA Tour. So I'm going to get confusing here. It's the Pro Golf Associates. So anybody who's a professional, you go to Olympic Club, you go to Harding Park, there's a pro there who will teach you the game of golf. All right, that's what the pro is, the teaching pro.
So that's who Michael Block is.
So Michael Block is a teaching pro, and they have their own little tournament, and the top 15 or so get to play in this big major. And it's very lucky. It'd be like, the equivalent would be like, hey, I play Sunday baseball, and then the Marlins are going to call me up for their playoff game, and I get to play with the Marlins in the playoffs. That's the equivalent of this, right? And so Michael Block not only gets paired with Rory on Sunday, shoots a hole-in-one
on 15. That was sick.
Sick as hell.
That was sick.
And finished top 15. So imagine being so...
He asked, real quick, he goes, I was reading his quotes and I watched all his interviews. It was really cool. But he was saying, he goes, man, Roy starts hugging me. I'm like, why are you hugging me, dude? Did I get within 3 to 5 feet? It's weird to kind of hug me. And he goes, no, I went in, dude. And the crowd's going crazy. Ducked right in.
Normally
it
bounces
chipped the hole. It chipped like the lip of the cup or whatnot.
Yes. It was incredible. So he was kind of like the winner of the weekend to me, because this is a guy who you could pay. Bonte Hill could go right now and pay him $145 to get a 1-hour lesson. That's what this guy does. He basically gave up trying to be an actual pro and was now just a professional teacher. And so you could pay him to learn the game of golf. This guy gets an opportunity to compete at the highest level and beats 100 legitimate golfers.
That's pretty cool.
And is top 15, and now qualifies for the Masters, and now is going to play next week in a normal PGA Tour event. It's pretty amazing.
And now he qualifies for the U.S. Open next year in Louisville, Kentucky.
Absolutely.
And he's going to try to qualify for the U.S. Open, I guess, at the L.A. Country Club next year.
It's golf's equivalent of like a Kurt Warner 1-year story.
Yeah, that's
right.
Awesome.
This guy went from being a nobody to a somebody.
Did you see when they showed him the video of his club, the Mission Viejo, and his son was there, and he was crying, he was choking up. That was really cool, man.
It was really cool.
Awesome.
I mean, look, I said to Spadoni,
his 18 shot, the approach shot to get it
was incredible.
To save par, that was awesome.
It was incredible.
That was pretty cool.
He had to quiet the crowd on 18 while Rory was putting because they were so fired up for him. Speaking of which, Rory, you got outplayed by a PGA coach.
You don't like Rory, huh?
No, I don't. I think he's overrated. He's got a lot of Aaron Rodgers vibes to him.
You don't like Rory.
Well, I just think he thinks that he's special, and it's like, bro, you haven't been special for 15 years.
He's never lived up to the hype that he was. He was supposed to be the next Tiger Woods, and he has come well short of that.
I would rather have right now, and this is a minority opinion, I'd rather have Brooks's career.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I would be with that too.
I would too.
Koepka, I remember it was Justice Smith coming up.
Yep.
Rory.
Yep.
Bruce Koepka is better than all of those
all
guys.
of them.
It feels like it. And in the big tournaments, when he's in that, the third day, when he's on the leaderboard, I'm like, I'm betting on Koepka.
Exactly.
Because he makes big shots. He knows how to save par. He just has that arrogance, that swag.
Yep.
Who was the guy who he was playing with yesterday?
Victor Hovland.
He
looks like a stoned Rory.
Well, was that on 16 when he couldn't hit it out that bunker?
So he's in the bunker. It was 17. He's in the bunker.
17.
And he blades it into an embedded area and basically got the ball stuck in the mud and had to get a drop. Yeah, that was.
And then Koepka's just watching. He's just
great.
kind of smiling like, look at this guy just struggle.
The best part about Brooks, he plays fast. Yep. All these guys play super slow, and everybody can't stand it, but I'm glad. I love Brooks. I know a lot of people don't like him. I think he makes a great, compelling character. Some people think he's a villain. Some people think he's a hero. I love him.
Yeah, all right. That was our PGA tournament. I thought it was great. I'm into golf. I've been playing the PGA golf tournament. Going to the golf spot tomorrow, Pleasant Hill. Pleasant Hill.
Are we going, or is it a video thing? Because I wanted to go today, but I don't think I can make it.
Yeah, no, we had to cancel. Well, they canceled. Sydney sent me an email Friday saying not Monday, Tuesday. So it's scheduled for Tuesday. I'm not sure if we're doing a video or meet and greet, but we will get something.
Yeah, I want to get down there.
I got to go golf shopping. I wasn't able to go shopping yesterday for some golf gear. I'm really looking forward to that.
It's so fun.
I'm really looking forward to that.
Like, getting the fit in, getting all that. It's so fun.
I'm going straight to the Jordan section or the polo section. I should be balling on the budget, but I'm wearing nothing but the pants on the tour.
Just get a lot of forgiveness in those clubs, Bonte. That's all I'll say. A lot of forgiveness.
All right.
Bonte's going to get an entire set of hybrids. Dude, you know those giant.
I don't even know what you guys mean.
Tour exotic clubs?
I don't even know what you guys mean. All right, let's go to the Alliance here, man. A lot of Warriors talk. That's Austin. I thought that was Fidoni playing the drop. Austin, the Bay Area. What's happening,
what's up,
man?
Austin?
What's going on,
Time
Austin?
no here.
Hey, nothing much. Just finished getting gas. How y'all doing? How y'all been?
I'm good, man. We're been really good, man. It was a great weekend of sports. Although the Warriors are not in it, a lot of good basketball, a lot of good baseball, a lot of good golf, a lot of good sports. Just sports in general. Great weekend of sports.
Hey, but look. Hey, I don't know if you remember when I asked you when they traded James Wiseman. Would you see Moody getting his minutes? You said no. You guys said no, and he got his minute. What happened to that Jonathan Kuminga? And everybody keeps saying we need to trade away Poole and all these our shooters. Wiggins, trade him for what? That's our defensive anchor right there. We already got shooters. We trade our big man. That we need 5 people in positions to score, and we did that. The Warriors didn't believe in their process. Curry and them didn't believe in Wiseman, and that's what they get.
So what?
Anthony Davis.
So what do you want the Warriors to do here moving forward? What should be the first domino? We know Bob Myers has a decision to make. Draymond Green hasn't opted for his contract to make $27 million for one more year. Clay's on a 1-year expiring deal for $43 million. What do you do if you're the Warriors, Austin? What do you want to see them do this offseason?
Bring them back, bring the core back, and get in a big man. So
where are you going to get a big man from?
So you want to bring the core back? You're cool with bringing Draymond back and everybody back, but just getting a big man?
Yeah, that's the only thing we need. Bring a big man to unlock Kuminga, so he can go do out those Iguodala things on the court that nobody else can do.
Well, if Kuminga, but how about this though, Austin? I'm going to keep you on the line. And I don't disagree with you. I do believe they need a big. But if they bring a big back and they bring back Draymond, they bring back the same core, Kuminga didn't play this year because of those guys in front of him. How's he going to play this next season if those same guys are back, Austin?
But that's crazy. He did play because when they had James Wiseman, he was playing.
Yeah, but in the playoffs, he didn't play. In the playoffs, he didn't play.
Because Steve Kerr was tripping. I don't know what he was on.
And just like Moody didn't play in the regular season, didn't play until the playoffs, which is crazy. So, Austin, we appreciate the call. I do agree with you. They do need size. I'm looking at Jokic. He's going to be in the way for the next 5 years.
Can we just have like a realistic conversation? Like everyone
matters.
Everyone wants to stay. Like the core comes back. I don't think the core is good enough.
I don't either.
Like that. So that's where I maybe disagree with others. And this whole they have to, we have to live and die with them. We died this year.
die.
I mean, when you don't win the championship and you don't even get to the Western Conference Finals in a year where Steph Curry is essentially healthy and is in his prime and at the height of his powers, like, that's not good enough.
Well, you look at Denver and the way they create things. Even Miami, they have had some ducks in the half court that create easy shots.
Yeah.
When you don't have 5 threats on the floor all at once, it's tough to get easy shots. All of a sudden, the court is compromised. We talk about it all the time when it comes to Draymond and Looney. Yeah, I get it. They had the best net rating starting 5. But how many times has Steve Kerr had to switch up that starting 5 in the playoffs alone? Just in 13 games. Well, how many different starting lineups did we see in the playoffs?
It's a great point. The other part is that, like, Steph Curry's going to miss 20-something games. We can argue.
Probably.
No, he is. I mean, he's going to have load management games, and, he's had some small injuries here and there. Like, the older players aren't playing 82 games. They're just not. And I don't blame them, and they shouldn't. You're going to need someone, like, I know you want to trade Poole away, and I get that. I understand what people's point is. Poole averaged 26 points a game
as a starter.
Steph Curry was not
when Steph
here.
was out. Yeah.
All right? So you better bring in somebody. You want to bring in all these role players, which I get it. Are those role players going to be able to go over 500 when Steph's absent?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that's what they did this year.
I don't know.
And I think it's easy to say. It's harder to execute.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I am definitely with you there. It's going to be tough. And I just think you need to get easier baskets to set up your half-court defense. So you don't always have to play a transition, or you don't always have to stop the game because you're fouling so much. Teams are going to the free throw line at will against the Golden State Warriors. Worst team in the league when it comes to that. So I do think you need some size to get some easier buckets. Having Jokic, having Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Buckets, guys who are physical and go to the rack. Think about how easy their offense looks right now. They're getting whatever shot they want. Even the Lakers are struggling a bit. I still think they're getting open looks, but now their shooting is getting exposed. Now their personnel is getting exposed. And Dennis Schroeder, by the way, his fourth quarter Saturday night, one of the worst playoff fourth quarters I've seen in a long time. I mean, the guy was flopping in a critical game. He's still trying to flop and create and draw fouls, and you're creating open looks for the Denver Nuggets. They hit back-to-back threes. Boom, boom.
Schroeder and Russell have been god-awful this series. Just horrible. But Lonnie Walker not doing it. Like, they're not getting, like, the contributions from the guys that the Denver is. Like, they're just not.
If we're going to have a realistic conversation, then we need to also acknowledge, which, again, you can say, Joe, it's a bad 6 games, but Klay Thompson and DiVincenzo and Gary Payton all got outplayed by their guards.
Yep, no doubt.
Right? So
no doubt.
As we pick on the role players, saying the role players aren't good.
They outplayed the Warriors role players.
Other teams were outplaying your starters.
There's no doubt about that.
And your role players.
And even going back to the Sacramento series, Malik Monk had a hell of a series.
I'm saying. He was better than Klay at times.
No doubt.
Right?
Davion Mitchell was really good at times. We all scratch our heads saying, why didn't Mike Brown go to Davion Moore in Game 7?
I mean, look, the reality is that if you were to combine the two series and you were just to list all the guards, Steph's going to be somewhere in the top 3. Yep. De'Aaron Fox is going to be somewhere in the top 3. Klay's like outside the top 7 in terms of all the guards that played, and Jordan Poole outside the top 10, maybe.
No doubt.
Right? Like, that's not good enough.
No, it's not good enough at all.
It's not just Poole. Nope. It's all of them.
Nope. No, I'm with you there. Robin in the city. Robin, what's happening, Robin? Hey, Robin, real quick, before you start, where's your dog at?
He's at home.
Okay.
What happened that day?
Yeah, what ended up happening, Robin? We lost you. The dog started barking. Who was the dog barking at?
He was just at people. I shouldn't have had him in the car. So the kids are gone. They gave the dog away, but the dog cried for like a whole week. The guy that they gave him to was really weird. He looked like a little dog molester to me. So I said, bring the dog, just bring him back home till we find him somewhere to go. And we never did. And my older son said that my younger son straight played you, Mom.
Damn.
Where my dog's at?
I thought the dog was barking at us to give a take. I thought the dog had a take.
He was barking because he know I can't stand Draymond Green, and I was getting ready to get on his case. That's why. And listen, you guys, before I get to what I really called in for, I just want to say real briefly, in my opinion, that the Celtics need a point guard. That was all, I think, some of their problems because, I don't know. They just seem to underachieve as the competition gets higher and higher. They've gone to 3 Eastern Conference, or this is the 4th one, and they've only won 1 and 1 finals. And each time, the alleged star, which is Tatum, underachieved. But I think part of their problem is they need a point guard.
Yeah.
So that can direct traffic. With respect to the Warriors, I don't think the core is good enough. I've been on this airway telling you that the bench of the outplayed our starters in the last series, the Lakers bench. But I would have no problem seeing Draymond go.
Why is that?
I've seen his latest podcast. The latest podcast about don't count the Lakers out. I'm so sick of Draymond. And here's the thing: what I saw in the LA series, Steph can run the point. He can be. First of all, let's go way back, you guys. Draymond was elevated because of Kerr's offense.
Yes.
Okay?
Yep.
Motion
offense. Yep.
So that can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you, Robin. We got you.
Okay, I'll make it fast so that the backcourt could be unleashed. Okay, that's great. We seem to think that we need Draymond continuously to do that. We saw in the LA series that wasn't good for Curry. He had to play Curry on the ball, and he ran the point, he ran the floor game. I think that if Kerr not moved off his offense, but had to tweak it a little bit with his personnel, that we could get by without Draymond Green. And we had to let one of them go. And I think he should go because he's not worth bringing back millions of dollars for the next 3-4 years because he's going to look just like how LeBron does. And I wanted to tell the Laker guy there,
Spadoni,
that he don't have a foot injury. I'm going to see if he's going to come out with a fake cast on.
Hey, Robin,
good call, Robin, good call.
When Draymond hugged LeBron and they almost kissed at half court,
that drove you crazy.
As the buzzer was going off, were you as angry as I was? Oh, she's
gone, just like that. She's gone.
How dare you cheer for the Lakers?
That interview brought to you by nobody. I don't think we had a sponsor.
When Robin called in on the pregame show last week, I knew I made it.
Oh,
I was like 5 a.m. Robin's calling in. Oh.
By the way, you know what?
We should invite her to the summit.
Yeah, well, she should be on the summit. Spadoni needs to be on the summit too, man. He's part of the lineup. I don't like that. Pre-game show, he sets a tone every single morning.
5:30 Bonte, I'm going to be ready for a funeral, unfortunately, and that's the Los Angeles Lakers funeral
that game
tonight.
starts at 5:30? Yeah, at 5:30, I will not be locked in. I will be checked out of the summit at 5:30 p.m. And on the way home, I will be watching the Lakers game on my phone, courtesy of Hulu TV. Thanks to Premier Livos for the ride today.
Be a fascinating offseason for all these Western Conference teams, right? Like, they all have flaws other than the Nuggets, which is crazy.
Hey, one thing about the Morning Roast, we ride in style, baby. We ride in style. Don't have to make that drive to the creek, baby. Sit back and
I'm going
relax.
to feel like Batman showing up to the gala, when he has the two sweet vehicles.
Oh, yeah. Well, is it the one with Anne Hathaway when she steals his car? Remember that?
Oh, no.
Dark
Anne
Knight.
Hathaway's in Batman? Which one was that?
He was Catwoman.
Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, in the Dark Knight Rises.
She's no Michelle Pfeiffer, though.
I was thinking,
she was pretty good,
I was
though.
thinking Michelle Pfeiffer, and I was also thinking of the newest one, and I was like, what?
Oh, that Catwoman. Oh, yeah, she was
Zoe
good,
Kravitz.
too.
Yeah.
They're getting better and better with these Catwomans. I got no complaints about the Catwomans. Penguin movie's going to be
I'm going to lay away from that.
Yeah, let's lay away.